Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you for joining us tonight at the live bingo event from the MA Design for Art Direction. Now, I know what you're wondering. Am I Julia Roberts? No, I'm not. I am your host for this evening's event, and my name is Seance. And that's right, darlings, it's me, the late, great ghost whisperer, Seance. Now I feel your Venus is in retrograde, and your Mars is in rehab, and your Saturn, well, your Saturn, Uranus waiting to be entertained. And I can promise you one thing, I shall entertain Uranus. I will show you that tonight, you don't have to create things, you don't have to pull a finger out. No, sometimes it's more fun to put another one in. So sit tight if you can, loose if you've lived. Let's have a night of revelry and fun, shall we? Now, let me tell you a little bit about me. As you know, a powerful mystic. You know, I've been around for a very long time, you know, and it's actually very hard being a ghost whisperer. Ghost. Did it. No, it's hard because, you know, I've used my abilities and powers to help civilizations and inventions come to fruition. You know, it was me that threw the apple at Sir Isaac Newton's head, which of course made him take me to court for assault. But, you know, it was the gravity of that situation. And of course, I've seen things. I was in Berlin during the war, the Korean War. I was there for a weekend away to listen to the house music. Douche, 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 douche was the name of the man who rented his apartment out to me. Good times. Now, I do think it's absolutely amazing that tonight we get to celebrate people who have taken this time, which we might call the end of the world, to create things, you know, when so many of us have just been screaming into the void, which is what my ex used to call rimming me. But if you don't know rimming, please Google it. I hear it's pretty good on the whole. But yes, I think it's absolutely amazing that people have been able to create things. You know, all I've done myself in terms of personal growth is just let all my hair grow out. You know, I mean, my ass currently looks like Hagrid screaming. But that's lockdown for you, darling. That's lockdown. Now, before we begin tonight's event, I did previously ask my tarot about what we might find tonight, and the cards I pulled out were Justice. Yes. And the next card I pulled out was the Star. I know. And the third card I pulled out was this, which is actually Jasmine's, but you know, finders keepers. And the problem is I didn't understand because I don't read tarot, you know. I read tarot like a horny straight man reads body language. They don't. Now, I do think it's time for us to connect with some spirits. So if you've got some spirits with you, get them open, get them drunk. Let's celebrate some beautiful, innovative minds, shall we? Now, I'd like to welcome you to an evening of curious ideas, entertainment, and mad prizes taking place as part of the LCC Postgraduate Showcase, live from the lobby of the Mad Hotel. And why am I in a hotel? Well, because, you know, I can't stand to be in my house anymore. Been there for about 13 months and I can't do it anymore. Plus, I've got the money, so why not? But before we visit the ghosts of graduates past and expose their balls, bingo balls, that's what I mean. But who knows? Who knows what they created? Hopefully some nudity is going to be presented. I don't know. Oh, I do know. I'm a psychic, so it might, it will, it shall. We have got a few rules at the Mad Hotel that we need to cover because, like any good sex party, there are rules. Okay, you can't have fun without a little bit of restriction, like any good sex party. Am I right? Now, here are the rules. This event is being recorded and will be made public on the LCC YouTube channel afterwards. Now, by attending a live event, the guests agree to their contributions being captured and used for this purpose. And who knows, you might become YouTube famous, you know, might have your follow count. Now, we expect all participants to adhere to the UAL community guidelines, which can be found in the chat bar if you want to have a look. Now, we want to highlight that all our production has been adhering to local COVID restrictions at the time of their creation. I have to tell you, darling, it's very secure. Okay, this event is very secure. I mean, I say secure, it's not secure, you know, it's an art graduation during the pandemic. There's no security about that. Now, lastly, I would like you to leave your thoughts and comments on the evening's entertainment in the hotel lounge using hashtag LCC postgrad shows. That's hashtag LCC postgrad shows and tag at LCC_MADAD. So please show your thoughts and opinions, but only if they're positive or they're, you know, giving me compliments. That's the only ones that we want to hear. Now, tonight, we are opening the Mad Hotel and inviting you as our first guests. And you know, at the Mad Hotel, the buffet is a beautiful spread of mints and edible leaves, which makes it mad. And also, we want you to take the towel, and we want you to take the dressing gown, and the shampoo. That's on us. So please go ahead, do whatever you can. But we have got 40 graduate residents as well from across the globe who have already checked in. Now, on this spectacular evening, we'll showcase their variety of projects and themes, ranging from 3D art to fashion photography, from illustration to advertisement campaigns. Which all sounds absolutely thrilling, you know. I mean, the most that I've achieved in my life is an art A star in GCSE, but that's me. I talk to the dead for a living. What can you say? Now, all these projects all fall under the different categories or levels that can be found in the Mad Hotel catalog. Now, tonight we will showcase a selection of the projects through the bingo game. Now, we shall be putting we'll be putting the bingo in. I've been going here for ages and I've still won nothing. See what I did there? I don't. Now, if you want to know about the other projects, you can download the hotel guide or the catalog, as it's called, for the postgraduate showcase. Now, this will be shared in the chat. So if you do want to you know, excavate a bit more information on the projects that you see tonight, please do that, because they are amazing, each and every single one. I'm saying that like I've seen them. I haven't yet. I shall be the judge. Now, to show you around this glorious building, we are going to start with a promotional video of the Mad Hotel. So let's have a look at this beautiful little video. What's a graduate show about some technical difficulties, eh? Now, isn't that beautiful? Now, if you are at home watching this, I'd like you to give a round of applause, please. I mean, we won't be able to hear it, but you know, it's the thought that counts. Now, I think what we should do is we should welcome onto our screens one of the animators and makers of this beautiful promotional video, Maru, darling. And now I sense that you're in the room. Are you in the room, darling? The spirits are telling me that maybe you are. Are you there? Are you checking in from the Mexican suite? I think you're in the Mexican suite.
Yes, hello, I am here.
Hello, darling. How are you doing?
I'm very good. Thank you, Sionse. Thank you for that wonderful introduction.
I feel a bit like I'm on Eurovision right now, just, welcoming people in. Now, I would like to ask you a little question about this amazing thing that you've made. I mean, I can barely edit anything, especially today, which we'll be accountable of tonight. But what was your experience in making this video? To tell us more about it. What inspired you? What do you like about it?
Yes, well, making this video was a very gratifying experience indeed because we had the opportunity to encapsulate the work of our whole cohort and bring it to life in this, video. And well, because we've put a lot of thought and effort in creating the showcase to make it like so wonderful, it was a real privilege to be able to participate in creating like a part of the visual identity. So I'm very grateful for that. And of course, it could not have been possible without our amazing design and production team. So obviously, this was the work of a lot of people. We had like some people came up with the visual, some people came up with the story, the storyboard, the narrative. So it was just me at the end, kind of bringing it together, trying out things. But it was really like a whole group effort, to be fair. So
Amazing.
really.
Thank you so Thank you. I mean, it's an absolute talent that you all have. It's incredible. And I have to say, as a guest at the hotel, those floating golden balls are a lot louder than you think. They float in at 3 o'clock in the morning, drunk, banging into the walls. It's quite a racket in here. But aesthetically, they look beautiful, and that's all that really matters in this day and age. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, darling. Now, I think I think what we're going to do next is we're going to explain the bingo, because there ain't no ho like a bingo ho. This is what my grandmother said on her deathbed. And so what I need you to do right now is I need you to click on the link in the chat so that we can play with this digital interactive bingo card. So make sure you only download the card as it's unique to you, and you can enter your name and join the game. Catchy. And we're going to, go through the different numbers, and we're going to see different projects, and it's going to be a beautiful experience, which we haven't, had the chance of having for a very long time. Did someone say COVID? Yes, they did. Now, the way this works is you can test the card out if you'd like, if you want to give it a little go before we start the game, cross a few numbers off and then clear it, if that's what you want to do. Now, I'm sure that we've all played bingo before. I mean, if you haven't, where have you been? Maybe somewhere a bit more cultured, I don't know. But with bingo, what you have to do is you have to be able to cross off all the numbers on a line. So there's a vertical line or a horizontal line. There's a vertical line and a horizontal line. I don't want a diagonal. Okay, if you give me a diagonal, I'm going to come round your house and I'm going to get you, God damn it, I will. The horizontal, vertical, and basically when you have got one line, which is either, what is it? Exactly that. I know you said it at home. I can hear you all. Please write bingo in the little chat, so then we know that one of you have won it. Now, so you get these lines, and then basically, if you've won a whole line, you get a prize. That's right. You're not just here to see the grueling efforts of these post grads. You're also here to get a prize, and that's truly what we're here for. The excitement, the adrenaline rush of these prizes. Now there are 5 people, so the prizes go to the first 5 people who are able to cross off a bingo line, which is vertical, yes, of course. Now there is one main prize as well for the first person who is able to cross off the entire card. That means you've got every single number and a full house, which is not something that I've experienced. I come from a broken home. Now, and so the first 3 guests to complete a line will win. Drum roll, please. Thank you. Will win the Wacky magazine, which is written and designed by one of our residents, Heather. Now, Heather, are you there? Are you there to maybe talk a little bit about the Wacky magazine that you've written and designed yourself?
Hi, Sionse. How are you?
I'm absolutely fine. How are you?
Yes, I'm great, thank you. Really good.
Could you please give information about this beautiful magazine? It looks amazing. I love the artwork at the front. It's gorgeous.
Thank you so much. So actually, this was part of the master's course, one of my projects. It wasn't the final one, but it was the one we did over lockdown, over the first lockdown. So it took me about 6 months to put together. But yes, now it's been in print for a couple of months. So yeah, ready to send it out. But it's an art magazine, and this first issue is an illustration magazine. And the theme is the topic of eccentricity.
I
So
don't know why I wasn't asked to be a part of it. How very dare you? If that was
yes, I mean, definitely you could be part of the future world for sure. You definitely would be.
the front cover, that's all I want. That's all I'll take. The front or the back.
You'll be the cover, definitely one day in the future. I can tell you that.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that is one of our prizes. And the next two with a bingo line. So we've got the first three will get the Wacky magazine. And then the next two who get a line will win a custom-made tray of the Seconds of Ease project by Kay. Now, Kay, are you online? The spirits are telling me that you might be there in the ether. Ready to
Hi.
Hello, Kay, darling. Hello.
Hi.
Would you like to talk about the custom-made tray of the Seconds of Ease?
Yes. Yes. So, a part of my final project, which is the People Palace, I was kind of really stressed out, so I need to find something to do. Then I discovered this material called jasmonite, and then I kind of crafted and make it into like this beautiful trays that everybody can customize. So it looked like this, and it is a eco material in between like resin and concrete. It's strong, it's durable, and each piece is unique. So yeah, that's about it.
It looks gorgeous. Well, I'm excited for the lucky two who win that prize. Congratulations. I mean, I can't believe that all are creating things when you're stressed out or bored. I mean, all I've been doing is masturbating, and eating my feelings. I mean, that's creative and fun. Right, so we also have the grand prize. Dun, 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 the grand prize, which is obviously for the full bingo card to be completed. Now, this will give you the chance of a gift card for Stack Magazine, an online magazine collection platform. Do any of those words make sense to me? No, they do not. But I'm sure it's a beautiful prize that one of you will get your grabby hands on. Now, I do think it's absolutely beautiful and inspirational, that these people have been able to create things. They've really found the passion, what the French call passion, what the Spanish call passion. They've really tried to create things. It's like my good friend Pythagoras used to say, if at first you don't succeed, try, triangle. He was obsessed. Now, let's move on. As you see on the bingo sheet, right here on the screen, there are different kinds of balls. Now, some of you might be used to this in your daily lives. I know I am. I'm lucky enough to have experienced many a ball. Sometimes too much, too many balls. Ball pit, too many balls. Is that a thing? Of course it's not. Now, all the numbers correspond with a project rule of one of our individual students. So when the number's called out, we will go into this room and we shall see what they've created. Now, the yellow balls on the screen, that means that we have a live hotel resident who will be talking a little bit more about their project from their private suite, which is very exciting to get a bit more information about the thought process behind these beautiful things that's been created. Now, are we ready to begin the game? I have no way of telling if you're saying yes or no, but I shall give you 3 seconds. Have I frozen? Is it a Zoom connection? No, I'm just waiting. 1 second, it's gone. Right, we're ready. I think, let's do this. Let's do this, shall we? Here we bingo. Now I'm going to do this. Yes, here we go. The first ball has been released. Now, this is the age that I finally got all the hair removed from my lower back. number 28. Number 28. Now, do we have that crossed off? I'm going to cross that off. That should go in here. Now, there's actually one in here already. Let me do this. Let me put this back. We also, let's move it around. Two came out at once. Reminds me of my birthday in 1943. My two twins, Ogle and Boggle is what I called them. The names were Sarah and Jenny, but I don't care for that. Right, we've got the amount of marbles I can fit in my upper lip. Number 5. Number 5. So if you have 5, now this one is the sacredness objects. That's what that's called, by Heather. If you want to look at that, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Remember to cross that number off. Moving swiftly on, the second ball that came out that time was rhymes with mixteen. It's number 16. It's number 16. So remember to cross that off. Now this one is room 16. It's called a room, and it's by Molly. The writing's very small, and the laptop is very far away. You know, I feel like they're really testing me in this little gig here, trying to make me. Oh my gosh! Let's go back to the lobby. Let's go back to the lobby. There's somebody here. Now, darlings, I feel a special ball coming. I feel a special ball. It's coming. It's coming. There's a special ball. Oh, oh. Jesus Christ. Right. I don't remember eating that. But we've got a special ball, which is the amount of children I have who's called Brenda. That's 18. Number 18, which is a special ball, which means we've got a live resident who is going to talk about their project. Now, the spirit is telling me that we have Claudia. Claudia, you're there. I'm getting images of Barcelona. I'm getting images of Spain. I'm getting the pain and the pain and the suffering of a long distance relationship. Any of these correct?
Hi.
Darlings, is that right? A bit of psychicness. Have you got a long distance relationship?
Yeah.
There we go. How's that going for you, darling? Is it hard?
Yes, it is. More than one may think.
Yes. I mean, this quickly turned into therapy. Let's not do that. Darling, do you want to talk a little bit more about your beautiful project, The Burning Journal? Please go ahead and talk to us about this gorgeous project.
So the Burning Journal is a digital publication that tackles the issue of hyperproductivity is the first one. And basically there's this whole website that allows you to download the issue, and the issue itself tries to educate people on the issue of hyperproductivity, but also to act a bit as a tool to allow people to reflect on their behavior, why they're doing it, what they have been spoon-fed by society, and my intention is a bit to inspire change in them, I guess.
Mm. And may I ask, why is this topic important to you?
I guess that I find myself often kind of engaging in hyper-productive behaviors, and also it comes a moment when you become aware of how unsustainable it is in the long run, and maybe when having reached burnout, it's something that you really stop and reflect on how you reach that point and why.
Yes, I mean, definitely. I think we're all finding the time to slow down a little bit at the moment, aren't we? Now, what would you like for people? What would like people to take away from this project? What is the thing you'd like people to feel when they see this work?
I guess I would like them to really make the issue their own. The format itself allows people to interact with the publication in a very personal way, and to print the issue or answer it on a digital format, since it has like prompts that help you kind of have these reflective moments in your daily life. So for me, it would be allow people to have something that they can really like make use of, use it as a tool to question their daily behaviors. So yeah, that would be the most important thing for me, to actually be used.
Gorgeous. And we have a video show? Is that?
Oh, this is a small, what I'm seeing on screen is like a small like video tour of the website. You can see the URL like right there. And yeah, basically the website allows you to download the publication and also to download like high resolution files of the images you can find in the publication. So if you want to print them or do whatever you want with them, you're free to do so.
And may I ask a final question? What was your favorite part or best moment with this project?
I guess for me it was the research part. Thanks to the project, I read a lot of books that maybe I wouldn't have read in a normal situation, since most of them were about complex topics and sometimes they were a bit like tough to read. But I'm glad I did, because I learned so much about it, and also it's something maybe I wouldn't have bumped into in another circumstance.
Gorgeous. Well, thank you so much, Claudia. What a beautiful project you have there. Now, remember, if you do want to see any more about this, you can go to the catalog, and you can, which is in the chat, I do believe, and you can look into more of these projects in greater detail in your own time. But thank you so much for engaging with me, for connecting with me. Thank you. Let's move on. Shall we move on?
Thank you.
The balls be a calling, as you know, my father used to say. Right, let's go. All right, here we go. One popped straight out. Reminds me of Vietnam. I don't know why, but it does. And okay, so this is actually the amount of Dolly Parton tattoos I have on my inner thigh. Number 26. The darlings, do remember to be crossing these off. Number 26. Now this is Le Chant du Guillon. I think. I don't speak Spanish. I'm joking. I know that's not Spanish. Now, brilliant. That's beautiful. Again, if you want to look into more of these projects, because some of the projects don't have speakers attached to them right now, but you can go into more detail in the catalog. Please do to find that out. Let's move on. Another ball. Ah, yes. Oh, the tool popped out again. Jesus Christ. Right. Here we go. Ah, here we go. Now, this one rhymes with mine teen. It's number 19. Okay, so remember to cross it off. Remember, if you have got a line, share it. I'm joking. If you have got a line, do say bingo in the chat. We can also offer out when one of our speakers are saying, I did forget this just now, but if anybody in the chat wants to ask questions, please leave your questions in the chat, and then the spirit, the ghost that haunts the chat will tell me the question, and we can ask the speaker directly. Now we've got the second ball here. Yes, now this number is the amount of times John Travolta has tried to murder me. It's number 23. Number 23. Now this is Where Angels Dare. My gosh, I love that title. It's a beautiful title, that. Where Angels Dare. Where do they dare? How dare they? Anyway, let's move on. Should we do another? I feel something's coming. Something coming? I feel there's a special ball coming soon. I do feel it in the midst. Ah, yes, here we go. Here we go. Now this number is the age that I told Drew Barrymore that she can't text me anymore because she's needy and she's clingy and she's rude. That's number 34. Number 34. Now remember to be crossing these off, or else this game will last forever. Okay, we need some winners. There's some great prizes. Do remember there are some great prizes. This one is called Emotional Sandbags, which was actually my nickname in prison. Emotional Sandbags is a beautiful project. Look at that. Again, go to the catalog if you want more information. Now I'm feeling, my gosh, you know what that means? I feel like I'm in a Christmas carol. The ghost of a special ball is coming. I feel it coming. The special ball is coming through. It's coming through. Oh, here we go. There we go. Honestly, I don't know. Don't buy cheap anal beads. This is what will happen to you. They get stuck. Now, this is this number is actually the real amount of apostles that Jesus had. 37. The number 37, which is connected to a spirit, a ghost. I'm getting the ghost of Cameron. Cameron, darling, are you there? You're coming through. Now we've got a
Good
beautiful.
evening.
Hello. Just call me mate. Is that what you just said?
No, I said good evening.
Oh, good evening. Sorry.
Yeah. A very strong accent.
Yes, I mean, I don't understand the Scottish at all. Mainly because of their choices, not because of how they speak. But and I'm getting a sensory connection from you. I'm smelling. It's quite visceral. I'm getting like quite sweet bath bomby smell. It's coming from through the laptop. What does that mean? I'm getting the word lush.
I guess that would mean that I worked in a bath bomb shop, which can't be named for legal reasons, probably.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. There's big time lawyers who are going to be debating post-grad shows just to see if anyone said too negative or harmful. Now, darling, your project is called A Thirsty Fashion Collection for Horny Capitalists. Now that I love that so much. Would you like to take the lead and tell us more about this amazing project, darling?
Yes, I would love to. So Thirsty Fashion Collection for Horny Capitalists. It was a collaboration between myself and another designer called Killian, who was amazing, and it really just reflects on the position and the influence of sexual capital in contemporary queer culture, and sort of critiques the performative methodologies that typically characterize how its mobilization. The spirits want to go on to the little slideshow.
Spirits, go on to the next slideshow, please.
So as we go through the showcase, you'll see some of the illustrations and the first two garments of the collection. The one that you're looking at right now, this is called Chris. And there's also some production drawings and pages from a sort of conceptual lookbook, because the project's still in pre-production at the moment. It's delayed due to a few COVID-related issues. But it's a transformative fashion collection that's aiming to try and promote this more transparent and responsible approach to how sexualized digital imagery is created and distributed via social media. And so the transformative elements are designed to increase recognition and comprehension of the sexualized visual codes that often become commodified on digital media. So we want to go to the next slide.
Spirits, please, next slide.
So innocence and naivety are sort of highly fetishized and commodified traits in contemporary digital imagery, particularly in queer culture. Content creators often exploit and use this to evoke sexual arousal in viewers, while trying to sort of retain this plausible deniability. And then they can use this for clout or exchange it for more structured forms of capital, like social capital, economic capital, which leads to higher standards of living, job opportunities, and so on. But the garment Chris sort of exposes this, and it's meant to sort of leave you in no doubt about the purposeful nature of the posture that someone's embodying. So this one uses compressive force and a sort of inverted triangular shape to push your attention towards the crotch and highlight the work that goes into producing this sort of imagery. So it's all made from this sort of custom designed strap and buckle constriction system that contorts your body into all these different sort of archetypal sexualized postures. So we want to go to the next slide. This one is Riley. Riley is a bit more reflective of the sort of overtly sexualized content, where open and exhibitive posture sort of juxtaposed against passive and sort of an ignorant body language that sort of plays on this sort of attraction to submissive subjects and is rooted in sexual violence. So I really want to kind of challenge this as well. And the garment sort of trying to promote a healthier and sort of alternative approach to sort of posture. So this garment sort of implores you to like embrace your inner exhibitionist, but be a bit more honest about it. And so this one uses tensile force and exertion to sort of exaggerate the open and sexualized postures of the body. So you're in this one as well, like with all the garments, the subject's free to embody the reclined position, but sort of exaggerates it to an extent that is obviously sort of undeniably motivated and unnatural. And so this page here, this looks at some of the pages in the concept book about this garment. You can see the completely technical drawings and patterns, which everything's sort of ready for production once we can get on it. We're working on prototypes at the moment. If we want to go to the next one, next slide. So these pages look a little bit more about production details and how the collection was conceptualized. You can see fabric and material notes, as well as some graphics of sort of archetypal sexualized postural elements that are explored in the project. And so the main goal of the project really is to not censor or expose anyone's behavior, but ask that the queer community take responsibility for what they do with their body online, and accountability for how this sort of maintains or conforms to oppressive power structures that already exist in the queer community. And so all the garments facilitate and even assist in embodying these sort of archetypal postures, but emphasize the wearer's need to exercise conscious judgment about what they're doing and utilizing the kind of sexualizing and objectifying elements of the garments. And so at the same time, sort of respecting the judgment of the wearer on how to navigate between these sort of realms of sexual visibility and expression, as well as sort of progressive and inclusive behavior.
Amazing, beautiful. I think, I don't know, I guess I can, I don't have a question. I think you feel like you've covered all the grounds right there. Beautiful. Beautiful project. I'm wondering if our viewers are also right now dealing with some sexual arousal from me, but it's probably not the case. I'm adorned in a caftan with a little tear-stained face. But
you know, it's funny. We're working on another garment, and it looks exactly like what you're wearing right now.
Oh well, I can't wait to model it. My gosh, I've got
our lawyers will be in touch.
2 modeling jobs from this gig. Maybe I can wear that and then be on the front cover of the magazine. Maybe that's a little combo. We do that.
yeah, we'll be in touch.
We'll be in touch. That's a no, isn't it? Jesus Christ! I've heard that before from many a man. From many. And what makes you passionate about this project from your personal life? Like what really brings you to look into this?
I mean, I guess it's based mostly on my own experiences in the queer community and how I've sort of felt like that I've benefited but also disadvantaged from these same systems, and starting to photograph people and really listen to the voices from people who, you know, are on sort of the extreme ends of both things that I've experienced. You know, people that fully take advantage of this and you know, make it their life and build a career out of this sort of thing. But then also, you know, listening to the voices and of the people that feel completely shut out by these same sort of systems. I'm really trying to bring people together in a way that says, you know, how can we move forward as a community that, you know, is still respecting, you know, autonomy and what people want to do with themselves, but is more inclusive and isn't sort of hurting people in the process.
Amazing, that's beautiful. But thank you so much for talking about your project. It sounds amazing.
Thank you for a lovely evening.
Oh, thank you so much. Don't you flirt with me while I'm working. Thank you, Cameron, darling. Thank you. Right, shall we move on? Now, a ball is actually already waiting for us, which I wish I could say that about my own life, but it's not the case. Now, what we have here is we have the number of sausage rolls I can fit between my breasts. It's number 12. Number 12. Now, darling, if you have got a line crossed out, just write bingo in the chat. So then we can give you a prize. Do be playing for the prizes, or else, you know, you're not going to get a positive kick out of this experience. You're just going to get me droning on at you. Now, in this number, we've got Cleo Be Yourself by Francesca. Is that right, Francesca? Beautiful. Beautiful project. Let's move on. Let's keep going. Remember, we have the catalog if you want to find more information about these ones. Here we go. It's on the run. Yes. Now we have this number is the width that I tell people is my jean size, but it's not at all. 35. 35. Remember, if you've got a line, share it. It hurts more than just me. My gosh, that sounds like something I said to an ex before. I won't tell you about what, but it does include lizards. Okay, let's keep going. Yes, here we go. 3 came out just then. 3 came out. Now we've got this number is the number of toes I have on my right foot, number 29. Number 29. If you've got it, cross it off. That moved too quickly. I couldn't see. What was that? 29. Survive. Let her. Beautiful. I love that. Now I'm feeling. Oh gosh, Jesus. Here we go. We've got a special number, guys. We've got a special number coming. Oh, Jesus. That one came out my mouth. Yes. Now this is the number of guinea pigs I have taught to speak German. It is number 21. Number 21, which I think we have Thea, the spirit to tell me that Thea, you are here, Thea. Now I'm getting a beautiful blonde. I'm getting the image of a beautiful blonde. Thea, I'm seeing your beautiful blondness, but I'm also seeing many meals. You like to post about your meals. Is that right?
My meals also, yeah, sometimes. Like in this project, maybe.
No, not in this
a little bit, yeah.
But, how are you doing, darling? How's it going?
Okay.
You're doing well?
It's going good. I hope I'll be as entertaining as you are.
Darling,
Hello.
don't put that pressure on yourself.
I know.
Darling, would you like to take the lead and tell us about this beautiful project, please?
Yes, thank you. So, this is my project, Mythalia, Your Myth, My Italia, that talks about Italian and Italian stereotypes. And it's because I'm Italian. And yeah, it was born because of a need for me to challenge the Italian stereotypes through a campaign for a jewelry brand that I created that you can see in here. This is the cover. So it shows this beautiful hand and gesture that is the stereotype. It's the stereotypical Italian gesture. And if you want to view the work, I don't know.
Yeah,
I can show you. So yeah, so I created this campaign. This, I would say, that aesthetic or surrealistic. This was the aim of my campaign, to exaggerate the idea of the stereotypes about Italian people, like we are bad drivers, for example, or we are dolce vita lovers, which means like we love life and we just are laid back and we don't like to work, or if you go ahead, there are some more stereotypes that I can show you.
Go to the next slide, please, spirits. Sorry, the spirits are taking the time.
Yeah, so we are loud and we don't really know how to speak English. So it's me, Carla.
Mhm.
We misspelled words and stuff. And yeah, you can go ahead.
Next slide.
Thank you. Yeah, we are mommy lovers and we are fashion addicted. Yeah, so you can go ahead. And these are the jewels, because I designed the jewel as well. So I did a kind of 360 campaign of a lot of things. Yeah. So we can go ahead, and for last, there is the teaser of the campaign of the jewel.
Let's watch this video, shall we?
They're right together.
Amazing.
That's
Absolutely.
it.
So brilliant.
Thank you.
Great. And can I ask you, what has been your favorite part of the project, like, in terms of the process of making it?
The process, I think that just doing it was the funniest part.
Mm.
I like the production, I like the pre-production, of course. Like the thinking of how to make it as surrealistic was tough, but at the end, when you produce things and they actually look weird,
Mm.
I really like that. So of course.
It's a beautiful juxtaposition of quite abstract, but also like a high fashion.
Yes, this was my aim actually.
Real.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What a beautiful project, what a beautiful presentation. Congratulations, darling.
Thank you.
Let's I think we have we've got a bingo, we've got a bingo, we've got a winner, we've got a winner. So we've got two winners. We've got two winners, but it's in the chat. Called the spirit of the chat. Please tell me the name of one of the winners. A bit louder, Spirit. Rowan. Rowan. Rowan, darling, you've won a line, which means that you've won you have won the Wacky magazine that was written and designed by Heather. Congratulations. Rowan, do you want to oh right, yeah, later, sorry. Right, so later, Rowan, what will happen is you will give your information and one of our organizers will sort out sending you your prize. So congratulations. And the second name, please, Spirit.
Anne.
Anne. Anne, darling, I knew you would win. I absolutely knew it would be you. And you have also the lucky winner of one of the Wacky magazines. Congratulations. Now I hope you get that magazine and carry on buying it when it comes out, because there will be an issue with my face on it. And I know for a fact that the withdrawal symptoms from being in my presence are quite intense. I mean, some of you might be sweating already. Right, I think two winners. Brilliant. What a positive outcome. Let's carry on. Let's see who else wins. Let's see what other projects we have in our midst. We've got two balls that are already out. I don't even have to shake the machine. I don't have to rattle the cage, you know. Two already waiting for us. Now, we have then the number of times I have worked as Sandra Bullock's hair and makeup assistant, number 39. Number 39. And that's Chinese East slang. Remember, if you want to look at these projects a little bit deeper, you know, the breadth, the width and breadth and depth of these projects, please go to the catalog. Let's see what this number says here. Yes, we have, originally this number was actually a drawing of my legs back in the caveman times. It is number 11. Number 11. Dainty little legs I've got, you know, little gowns. Now we've got Walking of Violence. Walking of Violence is this project title. Amazing, amazing visuals. Now let's move out of the cage. Remember to be crossing these numbers off. Don't get lost in the sultry tones of my voice. Now, this is the amount of men I slept with this afternoon. Number 10. Number 10. You know, you got to get your thrills. You got to get your thrills. And yes, we all live together as a commune before you start coming for me. Right, now let's rattle the cage a bit more, shall we? Ah, yes, here we go. The next number that's come out of the little device in front of me is the number of Gregs I own via the stock market. That's not the bakery, that is just human beings called Greg. It's number 32. Number 32. Remember to be crossing them off. Now this one's called the Pink Smoke. The Pink Smoke, you know. That was, you know, that reminds me of something. One of my nicknames at school was the Red Mist, or the Angry Puff was what I was called. But now I'm getting, Jesus, here we go again. It's coming. It's coming. There's a special number. It's coming. I'm coming. It's coming. Who's coming? You're coming. Here we go. Oh no, I've got it. I tried to do a bit of physical comedy, and that's not my style. Right. This number comes after the letter B. It's number 4. If you were spelling the word before, I think that makes sense. It's actually very layered and it's very poetic, which means that we are getting connected to the incredible Lucy. Lucy, we've got, I'm getting Berlin, I'm getting graphic designs, I'm getting naked men. I'm getting visuals of naked men. This is what we're here for. This is why I'm nudity. Now, it's called Oyster Boys. Is that beautiful? Now, Lucy, could you please take the wheel?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for the introduction. So it's such a nice like introduction of just being like, it's a photo book about naked men. Very, very easy.
That's very important, okay? Don't you dare speak yourself down, okay? That's to some people, that's a Bible. And by some people, I mean myself.
Sweet. So it's actually a project. Yeah, exactly. I just wait so I can see that this other screen is there. Perfect. So welcome to my project. It's called.
Lucy,
that's dismantling. Yes.
Oh yeah, sorry, I couldn't hear you for a second there. Keep going. Sorry.
Oh, all right. Let's hope it's gonna be okay. If I cut out, I'm very sorry. So it's a project basically driven to like dismantle white hegemonic British masculinity, and I was doing that by inversing the male gaze. So basically looking back at men and taking pictures of them and showing them naked and basically exploring their sexuality and bodies from like a very female perspective, because that hasn't really been done before. And the picture in the beginning that you can see there, that's something I shot, but I also collaborated with an amazing photographer who's Maite de Orb. She's based in Madrid and London, and amazing work that she produces, and I'm so glad I was able to work with her. And yeah, general, like just overall, it's kind of a project that was really, really driven by personal connections and personal meetings and conversations. And through that, and kind of like actually being out of my comfort zone and having naked men in front of my lens, I kind of grew into, or like immediately you have like very, very personal conversations. It's kind of like all the layers, all of these like powers, constructs, all stripped off and kind of turned around. And the two main aims of the project are actually to educate men or encourage men to like talk more about their sexuality and be more open about it. And the second aim is to educate women about like masculine struggles, because actually through this project I really learned a lot about like body consciousness that men are confronted with, and just kind of like living up to this masculine ideal. And I found that very interesting because everyone is kind of like, yeah, it's men, like masculinity is not really discussed, it's not really explored. The fluidity is still kind of like not really celebrated, and I kind of wanted to make a first step into that direction to like narrate a feminist voice towards that. Yeah. And that's basically my project. If you have any questions, let me know.
I have a question. Oh, is there a video? Should we watch the video? Let's watch the video.
Yeah, that's basically a quick flick through my book as well, which is quite nice. So kind of something you're going to see in a second is like the pictures of the oysters, which is quite interesting. This is why I called it Oyster Boys, because I literally had the feeling of like cracking into an oyster. Like it's this really robust shell, and inside is a very like delicate, slimy heart. And this was almost like my process from the beginning onwards, like from the first photo shoot into the last one, it was always kind of like cracking into something, and that was really nice. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I can remind also the people in the audience that if you have questions of your own, please do ask the questions in the chat, and I can ask directly. Let's carry on watching this beautiful video before we get on.
That was such an intense photo shoot as well with a peacock.
Is it a live peacock?
Or the I wish. It actually was.
But a stuffed one from Taxidermy London, and it was quite interesting because it was just like how to rent a peacock, like put that into your Google and kind of like, and then also like how to transport it throughout London. I was just like, am I supposed to like pick it up myself, or is there a delivery van? And yeah, it's actually quite easy to ship. So,
I mean, who knows?
right, if anyone wants to ship a peacock, contact me, please.
Beautiful. Now I have got a question. I mean, I have to say that I'm absolutely riddled with jealousy that you got to have such an adventurous project with beautiful nude men. I mean, I wish I could curate such a thing myself, but you know, I sit here with tarot cards and a bingo cage. But how did you find the models or the people that you wanted to work with in this project?
Yeah. So I would say like they all grew to friendships, but in the beginning I was kind of like just scouting dating platforms and kind of just advertised that I'm doing an MA to like also find people I didn't really know well in the beginning. So it was kind of more like that I really confronted myself, and that worked really, really well. And all of the models that are shown in the book kind of really become friendships because it was such an interesting experience for the men as well. I can generally say it was like all the men I shot were really interested in their own masculinity. So there was a curiosity in there already. And it was just nice that I was kind of like let in to explore that further, or kind of like add a new perspective on that. So I really love that. Yeah.
And what did you find to be the hardest part of the project for yourself?
I would actually say probably the last shooting, because that was like a week before lockdown happened. So it was really tight on scheduling everything. I think that's something we all experience overall. And I would also say the graphic design, like that at the end, because like with an MA, you power through for so many months and then you kind of reach that stage where you're like, oh, it's done now. But then you just realize it's actually not done yet. I still have to like curate the content that I have. And that was for me, like my flatmates all had me like around here like for 3 weeks being really grumpy because I couldn't really work through it. And then like from one day to another, like I just had it in my head, I just did it. And then kind of like everything came together really nicely. So yeah, glad that happened.
Amazing. It was a beautiful project. I love the themes that you're working with. It's gorgeous.
Thank you very much.
We have a question. Oh wait, we have a question in the chat.
Oh my God.
Where can we buy your book?
Good question. It's hopefully going to be published soon.
That's the first time we said good question, and it wasn't one of my own questions. I see that. I see what you've done.
Your questions were wonderful. Stop that.
Buy your book. Where can we buy?
It's not yet printed, to be honest, because uni had like opening due to COVID, so I actually didn't have the chance to really print it yet. I'm right now talking to one publisher actually who is interested in actually like properly publishing it. Otherwise, I would print it myself. And I can put my website into the chat and my email. And if you want a copy, please don't hesitate to contact me, because this is actually a really nice indicator to like see how many copies we could actually sell. Like friends of mine already contacted me being like, I want a copy, but it's great to hear that you're interested.
Gorgeous. Yes, please put your information in the chat. And we can get that sorted. Also, you know, if you're watching this and you have some connections to, I don't know, anything like publishing or anything, and you want to help these postgraduates out, please step forward and offer your skills. Now,
Yes.
Thank you so much. What a beautiful project. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Oh, shall we have a little, darlings? It's time for a little interim. Anybody? Interim? Anyone? Just me? I'm interim. Yes, let's have a little break. Okay, I think I need a gin and a poo. So we'll have a little break where you can relax, but don't leave, because there are some amazing projects still to be seen. How long should the break be? A 10-minute break. The spirits are telling me, spirits, how long? 10 minutes. It's going to be a 10-minute break. So darlings, please go to the toilet, get some refreshments. Look up some of these artists, some of these hard workers who've managed to do incredible things during an incredible time. But thank you. We shall be back in 10 minutes. I'm. Well, let's play music. Let's play music. Let's play music. Yes, you can. If you. Hello, darlings. Hello. We're back. Now, did you get your snacks? Did you have your poos? Did you eat your snacks while having your poos? I know some of you did. I'm a psychic. Welcome back. You know me. It's me, Seance, the great mystic. Now, we're in the midst of our beautiful bingo game. We've already had some winners and plenty more losers. We've also seen some beautiful pieces of art, of work, of creation. And you know that that's what we kind of really need in the moment, you know, at this time in history where, you know, I think it's important to see art, to see creation, you know, not just to see the same little field that's next to your house, or, you know, the same old porn that you watch every day, or, you know, the same old meals that you make yourself. You know, it's good to see fresh things, new things, things that inspire you. I feel inspired. You know, I might do something. I don't quite know what yet, but I will do something. Don't hold me to it. I will do. Don't shout at me. I will do it. Okay, just get off my back. Let's move on before I fight with the laptop. Now, are you ready?
Be back. I can explain.
Oh, wait. Can you... happened, darlings. Something happened. Can you write in the... Can you write in the comment if you can hear and see me? Yes. Do you know what? You know, it's quite embarrassing as a mystic, as a ghost whisperer, to have connection problems. Okay? It happens to the best of us. You know, there's nothing like lockdown if it's not about poor Wi-Fi connections. Now we are connected. We are connected closely like a mother and child, or connected closely like a lesbian netball team whose periods have all synced up. And that is close. Now, there are some technical difficulties, and as a drag queen caftan, I am just not adept to dealing with those, but something is happening. I need to vamp. Let me vamp. What should I talk to you about? I shall talk to you about an ex-lover of mine. An ex-lover. You know, I used to date Rasputin back in the day. I used to date Rasputin, and he was an interesting man, you know, very hard to read. But just like Helen Keller and Braille, I learned to read him. And, you know, he was quite kinky. He was quite rough, you know, Rasputin. He used to spank me. He used to slap me. He used to slap me like I was a remote control that didn't work properly. And I loved it. You know, we'd make love in the Siberian snow under the stars. You know, I put the moan in pneumonia. You know, I had pneumonia for so long, it was old pneumonia. But, and of course, he had a huge penis. My God, he had a huge penis. It was huge. It was like trying to arm wrestle a baby. And that baby had a huge penis. Now, but yes, obviously things didn't go well between me and Rasputin. He did die, you know, and I haven't yet been able to reconnect with him. You know, I try and speak to him and I get a spiritual 2 blue ticks and no response. I'm sure we've all been there. We've all been there before in our town. Oh, spooky, did you hear that? Now, we're just working through a few things. Anybody got any questions for me in the chat? Anybody got any questions for me? Little old me is doing all the work and no one's asking me what I've been up to. Do you want me to ask you a spiritual question? Anybody want me to tell them a little bit, something about their past? You know, I can do a lot about someone's past. You know, we can do a little bit of past life transgression or regression, which is, you know, where there's a part of your past life that links to your present life. You know, like your soul, you know, or your a lover or a name, you know, something from your past life can come through and attach itself to your present life. You know, like Genghis Khan, who was the emperor of the Mongol Empire, who murdered millions of people. Who is Genghis Khan now? Shaka Khan, the same name. And that's how it works. That's how souls pass through. Now I see that we're back up and running. All is good. Can you see me? Can you see me? Am I still on? I am. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's, where were we? We were playing bingo. That's where we were. Now, the number that I have here is the number of times we shat ourselves just now in that technical difficulty, which is 8, the number 8. So if you have the number 8, I do believe that we do have some winners. We have some more winners. We got 2 more. So let's do a little winner. There's a winner called could I please get the name of the winner? The ghost who haunts the chat. Please tell me. Anonymous. My God, what a name. You know, it's quite a vague name, that, you know. I think it's quite a common name. I know many of us on a website chat room who have the similar name. Anonymous, I'm hoping there's only one of you in this chat. You have won a prize. And because you are still one of the first 3 people, it means that the prize you have won is a copy of Wacky Magazine. Wacky Magazine. And like I said, I shall be on the front cover of that one day. That is my aspiration. That is my call out to the universe, to Tyra Banks herself, to make me wacky magazine's next top model. That's what I want. That's all I want in the world. Okay, Heather, that's all I bloody well want. Will you do it for me? I don't know.
I absolutely will do it for you. We need to make it happen. We need to wacky you.
What is this? What is this chat? Haunted! Right. Here we go. Let's carry on, shall we? Here we go. We've got 2 balls jumped out because, you know, even the bingo knows that we're running behind schedule now because of that little relapse in connection. Relapse? Prolapse? Don't mind if I do. Right. The next number we have is the number of times I have sang at the Sydney Opera House. Number 24. It's 24 times I sang at the Sydney Opera House, and every single time was for the same show. It was Buffy the Opera, and I played Spike. Now, this piece of work is called Wish You Health, Not Just Body. My gosh, I think that's how I'm going to end all my emails from now on. Let's go on to the next number. Again, you can go into the catalogue.
They love you.
You love me. Oh, darlings, don't stop there. Carry on. Keep saying nice things to me, okay? Oh, we've got another prize. My God, we've got another prize. Okay, which means this is our 4th prize. This is our 4th. So, let's. What is the name of this next winner? Paul. Push, Paul? I don't know. Paul, I think you are the winner. Do you want to just clarify that in the chat by saying, yes, it's me, Seance, you look beautiful tonight. And if you're single, let's go for a dessert somewhere. Just say that, Paul, and you'll get the prize. If you don't say that verbatim, Paul, you don't get the prize. I'm joking, Paul, you got the prize. Paul, which means, darling, you are the 4th person to win a prize, which means that you get... let me remind myself what you get. Here we go. You get a custom-made tray of Seconds of Ease by Kay. You know, one of those beautiful trays that we saw earlier on. Congratulations, Paul, Push, Pal, whoever you are. I love you. Okay, I feel Pauled. I've been Pauled right now. You can Paul me any day, Paul. Right. Let's move swiftly on. Oh. We've got, oh my God, they're flooding in. It's like a bus, you know, you're waiting for 3 and then 1 runs you over. Is that how that joke goes? I don't know. Now, we have another prize. Who, ghost of the chat, who has won the next prize? Franca, darling, you have won the prize. How do you feel? Shout it. Don't turn the mic on. I'm going to get the word. Just shout it in the laptop and I'll get the word. You're feeling... I'm getting the word constipated. Franca, but good for you. Hopefully this prize will help you to not feel so, you know, backed up. You also win a custom-made tray of the Seconds of Ease project by Kay. Congratulations, darling. What a beautiful addition to your lovely home. Okay. I mean, thank God to have something that isn't from IKEA. Okay, I can see your home right now in my third eye, and it's riddled with IKEA. But good for you, furniture. I sleep on newspaper. You know, my sex life is spread across the tabloids, quite literally, because I sleep on newspaper. Right, let's carry on, shall we? Let's carry on. We've got another ball here. Now, darlings, remember that now the prize next is for the full house. For the full house, where you have to get every line, every number, every one crossed off. Okay? Who's going to win this final prize? Which was some magazines, I think, which was a gift card for Stack magazine. I know someone wants it. Someone does. Someone definitely does. Right, the next number is this. This is the number of, well, you know Henry VIII had how many wives? 7, 8? How many wives did Henry VIII have? Does anybody know? Well, he had this number of boyfriends, number 27. Number 27 boyfriends did Henry VIII have. I remember one time I was with Henry VIII, we used to date. I was not one of his boyfriends, how dare you ask, I'm a woman myself. And we were at a restaurant one time and I reached for the glass and I accidentally knocked it off the table and then I quickly caught it. And I remember Henry said to me, cat-like reflexes. And I said, I've never seen a cat catch a glass. Didn't make sense to me. And that's why we ended things. That's why we edit things. Now I'm getting a special number coming through. I'm getting a special number coming through. My gosh, it's a special number. It's Jesus Christ. I didn't realize I had that hole there. Good to know more about your body, I see. Now, this is the number of let me think. This is the number of orphans in the show Annie the orphan. This is the number of orphans who actually now work at H&M. It is the number 9. The number 9, which means that we are now getting transported to a special room which is number 9. Number 9, let's transport ourselves to this room. And this is to connect with the spirit, the artiste that is Raya. Now, I'm getting a strong smell of Amsterdam, which we all know what that is. A little bit of weed, a little bit of Amsterdam weed. Not just that. There are more things there, but it's the only thing that I engage with, I can tell you that. I'm also getting the sense of there's a need to overachieve. There's a need to gain. There's a need to become the best they can be. She is also known as an urban dancer. I mean, there are many things. Do we have the spirit with us who is Raya? Raya, darling, are you there? Am I connecting with you? Are you ready to talk to me? Raya, I can feel your presence. It's like,
but I'm not sure if you hear me.
Oh, we can hear you, darling. Don't you worry, we can hear you. Raya, do you want to talk to us about this beautiful project that
My
you have?
screen is not on yet, right?
Yes, your screen is on. Your screen doesn't have to.
I just wish we had a little bit of a better connection.
That's okay, darling. Don't worry. We can
Okay.
hear you. We can hear you. So if you want to take the lead and talk to us about this beautiful project, go ahead.
Yes, absolutely. So my project is called Modern Muses, and it's a proposition of 4 new female archetypes that I designed, and they were inspired by mythological women from different cultures. And yeah, I basically would like to walk you through the creations that I made together with a very big team. I collaborated with a photographer, a makeup artist, and 6 fashion designers, and have created face masks for each of the characters that you will be seeing now. So this one's called the Queen. And the Queen is a figure inspired by the myth of Hippolyta, who is the warrior leader of the Amazonian women. And inspired by this myth, I made this series of the Queen, who is the first muse that I created that I connect to the power of women. And the second one that you see here on the right is called the Diva. The Diva is an archetype inspired by Mami Wata, who is a West African mermaid goddess. And her stance, or her core, is about reclaiming self-value as women in this age. So here you see a kind of mermaid-inspired atmosphere with a mask made of pearls that I created. If you click through to the next slide, you will see more of these shots. Also to clarify, I've been working...
Next.
Sorry?
No, I just asked the spirit to connect to the next slide.
I feel...
Keep going, darling, keep going!
I feel like that the connection is not the optimal part of my presentation right now, but I'll keep going. If the ghosts of this presentation would like to play this video, then we can go and see more of the editorial that I created.
Spirit, play the video.
put the sound down for this one. Yeah, you can hear me. Right?
A bit lower. Midpoint. Oh,
We'll put the sound off, as I recall.
sound off.
Can you hear me again?
Yes, we can hear you, Dan. Tell us more about these beautiful images, please.
Yes, thank you so much. So what you've just seen is the whole editorial that I designed, and the photo for the photography I collaborated with Laura Manor, who is a great artist here in London as well. Also into this project was Sophie Ball, who is the makeup artist, and a number of designers. And yeah, so these other two archetypes that I've created here are called the lover and the carer. The lover is inspired by the myth of Freya, who is a Norse icon of love and fertility. And so I created her as a new female icon of intimacy. And the fourth archetype is the carer, who is inspired by a Japanese myth called Futakuchi Onna. And her story is all about reclaiming mindfulness. So this became her appearance that I designed into the contemporary field of womanhood, which has always been one of my main inspirations. So if you go to the next slide, you will also see, we can maybe see like the first minute of this video, because next to the fashion photography, I've made short videos of each of these characters in collaboration with sound designer Cedric Weigel. And yeah, I hope you'll enjoy it.
Gorgeous. We just had a little technical change. Let's carry on. We're going to press play. We got it. These are absolutely gorgeous, Raya. Do you want to?
Thank you.
I love the imagery. I love the editorialness of what we're watching. It's beautiful. And you created the garments as well. This is all part of it. You created everything.
No, I didn't create the garments. So I collaborated with 6 different designers who are based in London as well, one in Berlin actually. And they've all been involved. I will also want to thank them a lot for their contribution and giving them their clothes to me in these weird times and trusting me with all their creativity. So it's like Emeka Suits is from the Queen. In the second outfit, you see the dress from Sabo Sihak and the garment, the jacket from Polo Sofia. In the third one, we have Amy Joyce as a designer, and Herve by Celine Marie. I'm doing this from the top of my head right now. And the last one contains a garment from Semre Oktay Studio. So thanks a lot to those creators for being involved as well.
It's gorgeous. The vision is amazing. I love it. I really love the phrase "seduced by your inner muse." I love that a lot. Can I ask you a question? Were you inspired at all? Are there any myths that you knew about, or icons that you knew about from growing up, or your childhood, or what What inspired the exploration of myths and icons?
That's a good question. I think I've been growing up with stories, and immediately have to think of my dad, who is probably watching right now, who's always been reading me stories and taking me to sacred places around the world, like castles in France and these kinds of things. And we were always discovering the stories and the myths behind these places. So that's probably where, if I go back really far, this inspiration has started. And it's grew into this exploration of fashion photography for me.
Beautiful. And what's your favorite part of the project?
Sorry?
What's your favorite part of the project?
Actually, what I enjoyed a lot was the styling and the making of the masks, because it was really enjoyable to be working with my hands again and to be actually creating stuff physically, because I really missed that. I realized, like, especially throughout the last year, we've all been so isolated, and it was really inspiring to also meet new people, new creatives who wanted to join in. And yeah, that's probably what I enjoyed the most.
Well, congratulations, darling. It's a beautiful project. It looks incredible. You've done an amazing, amazing job. I love it.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Deontay.
Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you. Right, darlings, let's carry on, shall we? Let's carry on with the game. Let's move on. Remember, darlings, if you've got a question for one of our postgrads, please leave it in the comments so we can ask them directly. Now, I think it's time for us to carry on with the game. So here we go. I'm going to roll the cage. Our next number is. Yes. Now, this is the amount of times I told Elvis Presley that I wasn't his mother, and that is the number 17. Number 17. Remember to be crossing these numbers off, darling. We want to get someone the prize of a full house. 17 gives us the project Presents by Tabrine. A beautiful project, lovely. Let's carry on. Our next number is the amount of Destiny's Child that I love, support, and lift up, and that is the number 3. That is number 3. Kelly, Michelle, Beyonce, if you're out there, if you're in the chat, if you're on the Zoom, I love you, ladies. I truly do. Right, remember to be crossing them off, darlings. Our next ball is this. Oh, this one. Oh, sorry, I didn't read it. Go back. What was it? It was number 3, and it was called. Oh, I can't read that. It's called. Oh my gosh. It's called Share My Bubble. Share My Bubble. How very apt. How very apt. I wish someone would share my bubble right now. So it's not just me and it's the tech team that are helping us to go forward. Now, our next number is 2 identical dancing burlesque swans. That is the number 22. That's what it's based on. Number 22 is an ode to pleasure. Oh, I love that. I love that. I wish I had an ode to pleasure. Instead, I've just got a toad to pleasure back home. I pleasure a toad. What about it? You know, I've always said you have to fist many frogs before you find a prince. And that's why I'm banned from the Amazon rainforest. Let's carry on. Now I'm feeling maybe there's something coming. There's something coming. My gosh, it's a special number. It's a special number. My gosh. Here we. Oh, no! Get out of there! Get out of there! What are you doing in there? Get out! Oh, that one was hard to pass. Hard to pass. Much like my dinner this morning. My dinner this morning, that's why it was hard to pass. It was breakfast. What am I saying? Too many Negronis, I think. Actually, not enough. I'm sober as a judge who's an alcoholic. Right, this one is, this number is, it rhymes with free, which I'm not having a stroke. If there's a paramedic in the chat, don't worry, I'm absolutely fine. It is the number 33. Okay, which means that we are connecting right now to a specific room with a specific presence that haunts the room. It is the majestic, the beautiful. Where I'm getting told that actually she's not actually in the room. I don't know what's happening. So what's happening with this gig? My powers are being tested. So constantly I'm being put through fiery hoops, and I thought I was applying to crafts, and I get to crafts, and it's Sally Hooks. Okay, apparently she's now, I can, 1 second, darling, I can see you. Emanuela, are you playing tricks with me, darling? Are you playing with me? Are you trying to play with my heart, my mind, my soul, my whole, Emanuela? Is that what you want to play with? Darling, I'm getting a sense that you're from Genova. I'm getting a message you're from Genova. Are you there, darling?
Hello? Hello, can you hear us?
How are you doing? Hello.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
You, you can hear me?
Okay, you can hear us properly, right?
Yes, darling, I can hear you. Please tell us more about Bodyscapes.
Exactly. Okay, so Bodyscapes. Bodyscapes is more than like a collection of bodysuits. It's actually, they are experimental and performing bodysuits, investigating the relationship between body and space, and actually trying to break the boundaries between our body and architecture. So it's basically like the extension of this bodysuit is like connecting our moving bodies with the space surrounding us and creating with this project. I collaborated with these amazing dancers and an amazing fashion designer. And we created like a video, which should be, yeah. This is the photography series, and then this is the video.
Right, Spirit.
Yeah, I can just mute myself and.
Our body is present. Our movement is present. Moving around shapes. We are shapes. Moving in space. We are space. We deconstruct and reconstruct. New architecture, new scapes, new space, new place. Pulling, pushing, touching, feeling, falling. We are lines, we are surfaces. We fill voids with expanding limbs. We scale walls with concrete skin. We are floors, we are walls, we are pillars, we are roofs. Our body makes space. We are space.
Amazing. Amazing. I absolutely love it. Do you want to tell us? It's beautiful. I love the video. I love the project. Emanuela, do you want to tell us a bit more about it, darling?
Yeah, actually, it could be cool also to see the pictures, maybe.
Can we go back to the photo?
Yeah, here
is that good?
So what I can say that was really challenging with this project, of course, due to the COVID and all the situation. But what really gave me strength was actually collaborating with these people, because what I wanted to do was something like, of course, like connected to body, to movement, but also to a real place. Like I didn't want to work like just digitally. I really wanted to work with people and with space. So I think that the most important thing in my old project was the collaboration with these amazing dancers. And of course also the photographer and the video maker, the editor, the color grader, the sound designer, the voiceover. I mean, we really managed to have an amazing team, even if the circumstances were really like challenging and difficult. But yes, I can say that I'm, even if also like now the aim is to, even if this for the shooting, these bodysuits are just prototypes, the aim is now like to expand this project like more as a garment, like which could be used like on an everyday basis, like also in a style in different ways. So the aim is to create like a production of these prototypes and wear them like in like normal situation, not just getting attached to space and architecture, but just like styling the extension within our body, within our clothes. Because yes, this extension can be something really like a way to express yourself. Not, of course, this project is really linked to the space, like to connecting us to space. But I think that it can be expanded more also in other directions, in more like fashion directions, just to be, yes, yeah.
And can I ask you, remember in the chat you can ask questions. Manuela, can I ask you a question? Why is this topic so important to you personally?
Well, it is really important for me because I'm since forever, I'm really like into movement and body culture, if I can call it like that. And at the same time, I'm connecting like it's like I'm connecting my dots with this project, because on one side, I'm really like into body and sports and movement culture, but on the other sense, I'm also really connected as a person with space and places and the importance of the space surrounding us, the architecture and the city, the space of the city. So with this project, I can say that I managed to connect, like, let's go like my passions or whatever in one thing, working together.
Amazing. It's a good project. I love it. I think it's absolutely amazing. I mean, my own designers have to do the exact same thing with the fabric that I wear, just so that it will fit my body. You've got to stretch it right out, and then I wear it. You know. But Emanuela, thank you so much. Congratulations on all your hard work. Congratulations, darling. Let's move on with the game. Let's Emanuela, thank you, darling. Thank you. Right, let's move on. We've got the next ball. Our next ball is, this is the number of dogs that I personally don't like because they've only got 4 legs. This is the number 15. The number 15, which takes us to preserving futures. I mean, I think we should all be thinking about that, you know, preserving the future. Hello, Greta Thunberg, if you're out there, I'm talking straight to you. Let's move on. Our next number is trying to escape me. We've got yes. Now this is the amount of minutes I put into meditation per year. That is the number 20. Number 20. That's how many minutes I will meditate in a year. I don't know why I pay for the mindfulness app. Headspace is not worth it. Right. That's rebuild the world. I love that. The Lego. It's beautiful, incredible. Right. Let's move on. Let's keep going. Remember to be crossing these numbers off. You know, we're picking up the pace a little bit, darlings, because I don't want you to get piles from sitting down and watching me for too long. Now, the next number is, oh yes, this is how many inches of facial hair I have superglued to my face to pretend to be Abraham Lincoln. This is the number 31. That's 31 inches of real human hair that I have sellotaped or superglued to my face. This is an antidote. Eco-spirituality. Okay, don't be putting words that are bigger than 8 letters in your titles, because you know I can't read them. Not with all these Negronis I'm necking. A beautiful project. Okay. Now I'm feeling one more. Let's do more. Let's do more. Let's see what comes next. We have oh yes, I have this number. Actually, it's a birthmark on the back of my head. It's this number, with the exact same number next to it, and then the exact same number next to that. It is the number 6. I've got 666 in the back of my head. What does that tell you? Yes, now this project's called Diana. Remember to be crossing them off, darlings. We're still waiting for a winner for a full house. Now I'm feeling a spiritual message coming through. There's a special number. It's coming through. It's coming to get me. My gosh, it. Right, that one was in my mouth again. Maybe that's my wisdom tooth. I don't feel any wiser, but okay, this is unlucky for some, but actually it's my lucky number. It is number 13. Number 13, which takes us on to the room of Maru. Maru, who we spoke to earlier on, did we not? We spoke to Maru earlier on, who helped with the original, the little video that we watched that was a little trailer to the Mad Hotel. So Maru, darling, if you're out there, and getting, I mean, you're a super talented animator. I don't need the psychic spirits, the realm to tell me that. I know that firsthand because I've seen your work already. Manu, are you there, darling?
Hello again.
Hello, darling. Hello. Would you like to please take the wheel and tell us about digital spaces, darling?
Yes, of course. So let me introduce you to my project, Digital Spaces. This is a project that aims to reframe the delivery and dynamics of online digital content in order to create meaningful digital experience. So what does this actually mean? So what it proposes is that we should take online media as an opportunity to apply the different ranges of digital technology like virtual reality, augmented reality, face tracking, all these things, and to serve as a space to create immersive experiential content. So what happened at the beginning of the lockdown, a lot of us know, is that everything was closed and everything had to go on to the digital realm, right? And for a lot of industries, that was like, and okay, it was like easy because, for example, retail, not a problem, you know, sell things online, it's okay. But for example, there was a really, what I noticed was that it was a big lack in engagement for the cultural sector. So a lot of museums and galleries said, well, we got to do this as well. But what happened is that, you know, they tried to offer this 360 virtual gallery thing with images, and but all that it actually was, it was just kind of like a Google Maps of the museum or the galleries, and it was very lacking. So you couldn't really see like the pieces clearly. You couldn't really kind of interact with the space appropriately or anything. So that was for me something, you know, something that I really had to kind of like tackle, because you know, museums and galleries are like the pillars of our culture, of like everything that kind of builds our society. So it's for me very important for these institutions to kind of like step up their game. So what this project intends to do is to create like a prototype platform that can, well, that can kind of like lead these institutions into kind of like thinking beyond their like just kind of flat images and their flat Google Maps. So I made this kind of like virtual museum. Well, it's actually kind of like a gallery or museum where users from all around the world can kind of like log in through a VR app through their phone and kind of like live the gallery experience, you know, to the fullest. So if the spirits of the Met Hotel would like to play this nice video I made for you. So.
Spirits, play the video. Amazing. Brilliant. Love.
Thank you. Thank you. I can hear the virtual applauses now. But anyway, so the whole point of this is to apply gamified content in the sense of creating an atmosphere that that follows a bit of kind of like video game dynamics. So people can log in, they can create their own avatar and log into this application and interact with the space around them, so they can log into certain objects and learn information about it, and they can, you know, meet other people there like you would in a real museum physical space, and just kind of like have a better experience overall. So that is the core. That is the core of this project, and there are another couple of images following if the spirits of the hotel would like to click through. So
yes.
These are just like some stills from the video, and this is like a demonstration of how this application would work. So now I know VR headsets now, they're not really like accessible to lots of people, but there are mobile headsets, which are more or less not that expensive. They range from like £20 to like very, sophisticated. But the point is that it's able, anyone is able to reach this. If they have a smartphone, which now is pretty much like the norm, probably anyone can just kind of log into this museum gallery experience and have a really good, meaningful, experience. And so, yeah, and the whole point, as museums, have their own merchandise for each exhibitions, people will be able to kind of like purchase these items, or they can even through the gameplay of the museum experience. I'm sorry, I'm saying experience so many times, but they'll be able to collect certain things and then exchange them for merchandise, or the possibilities are endless. So this is just like my suggestions for the future of museums and galleries, virtual museums and galleries.
Matt, I don't even know if I've got any questions for you. I think you really covered all the grounds. It's a beautiful project. You're an incredible animator, an incredible creator. I love it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, see you later. So let's move on. Let's ask another number to pop its little head out and see what they've got to say. Right, the next number. Remember to be crossing these off, darlings. I'm not saying this for nothing. It's not for my own good. Okay, the next number is actually the age I learned to spell. It is the number 40. Okay, number 40. If you've got 40, remember, if you have one, if you've got all of them crossed off, please in the chat write bingo so that we know we've got a winner. Number 40 is my dear Chris. My dear Chris. Which I can relate to because I personally know Chris Kringle, and he's a dear friend. Right, let's see. Come on, numbers. You can do this. We've got one right here. Here we go. Our next number is, it rhymes with Dirty Nate, which is my personal nickname for Tom Cruise. It is 38, number 38. Number 38. Now this is we started Broken Box. I believe I'm saying that right. I'm not sure. It's a beautiful project. Remember, there's a catalog. There's a catalog. So if you want to look into these projects a little bit deeper, you want to explore a little bit deeper, which we should be doing, please go to the catalog. Let's see what next number is. The next number is, we have the number, it's the number of times I've sneezed on someone's face. It's number 7. It's the number 7. Remember to cross it off, darlings. Now this project is called Blob, which is actually what my doctor describes my body shape as, blob. Now I believe we're getting, let's do one more number. Let's do another number before we go into this. We've got the number, my gosh, it is a number I relate to because it's the amount of people who have said, I love you, or who said, I've asked a good question on this entire event. It's number 1. Only one person, it was Raya, who said, I asked a good question. So thank you, Raya. My God. And this is called period with a full stop, which is also known as a period. Right, I'm feeling something coming through. There should be a noise. Oh God, here we go. We've got a special ball. We've got a special ball. Where's it going to come out of? It's going to come out of your ear. My gosh, let's do this. It was behind your ear the entire time. What is this, magic? I hope not. I hate magic. Now, this is the number of cake that I've placed upon my body whilst pretending to be a banquet table. That's number 30. I put 30 cakes on my body. Now, this brings us to a spiritual ghostly presence by the name of Jasmine. Now, Jasmine is a successful creator, but also maybe not that successful in marriage, I'm feeling. I'm getting 2 ex-husbands, Jasmine. They're coming through.
Can you see me? Hey.
Hello, Jasmine. Is that right? I mean, the spirit is telling me there's 2 ex-husbands. Is that right?
No, of course not. Yeah, it is.
Well,
I'm very old, so my
not,
nickname is Cher.
Your nickname is Cher. Well, please share more information about this beautiful project.
Yeah, hi, good evening, everyone. So my project is called In Between and Beyond. And for this final project, I really wanted to tackle or address gender equality, and at the same time work around fashion, which is like a kind of things I like. I like to do film, make film and short videos. So In Between and Beyond, it's a short film that is portraying a day into the life of the main character that you can see here, that is BJ McNeil. And it's a one journey from his birth as a male to his transformation as a non-binary person. And yeah, maybe just let's watch the video.
Spirits, play the video, darlings.
Here I am, exposed to you. Look at me and tell me, what do you see? What are you, and who am I? What moves behind those eyes? Layers of nakedness, flesh, skin, and a beating heart. I'm not a woman. I'm not a man. I am day and I am night. I am a dove. I am your conscience. No need to worry. No need to cry. You are human, and so am I.
1 second, slight difficulty.
Can we have my video back?
No, technical difficulty, don't worry, darling. It's coming back. I can see it now. It's coming to a screen near you. Hopefully the screen right near you. your laptop screen. Bear with, hang in, darlings. Hang in there. Here we go. We're back on. Oh, 1 second. Here we go. We've got it. Thank you, Spirit.
Can't you see it? Mirror, mirror, what do you see? The love child of Hermes and Aphrodite. Through the ages I have walked. I have been called by many names, but never truly changed. We look to thee, they say. I move around your shattered mind, the soul, amorphous and ambiguous, like linear circles running upstream. I transform, but not from one to another. I transform into myself, into the self, in between and beyond. What lingers beneath the makeup, in between the image and reality? I am who I am, and who I want to be. Just let it be, and set me free.
Jasmine. What a beautiful movie. What a beautiful film.
Thank you.
And may I ask you a question?
Yes.
What would you like people to take away from this project?
I would like to say to people that even if the journey is difficult, it's just do it, try it, and become the person you want to be. And there's moments where it can be very subtle. You just at home, have your little beauty routine, and sometimes you can be flamboyant and be more, express yourself differently. Yeah, that's it.
And what was your favorite part of making this project?
My favorite part, I guess, meeting BJ McNeil, because I interview him initially for many hours online, and I discover his stories. Good thing happened to him, very bad thing happened to him, and I think that's what I want to take with me now, is this meeting him, knowing him, and using his stories for the film as a narrative. It's partially fictional and partially his story.
Beautiful, amazing. Well, thank you so much, Jasmine. Thank you, darling. Well done. What a beautiful project.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. Now, darlings, we're going to quickly move on with a quick fire round. But somebody should have, surely, we must have a winner by now. We must have somebody who has won, maybe, I don't know. So let's keep going until we absolutely definitely do. If you have one, remember to write in the comments. Write in the comments, bingo, if you have one. So our next number, quick fire round, is the number 36. 36, which is Refuge for Perfectionists. I tell you what, I need to go there myself. If it can be, my gosh. I mean, as you can see from the makeup I'm wearing, I am a perfectionist. Look at this face, my gosh. Right, we've got a final ball, which means somebody must be the winner, if not everybody. If not everybody playing right now is about to be the winner. I don't know how this works or how it happens. I guess it's whoever says first. Our last number is the number 2. 2. If that's you, sex is for everybody. I love that. Yes, sex is for everybody. Every form of. Well, my gosh, I'm glad that we've got a winner, because if there wasn't a winner, we've defied the law and the rules of bingo. We've gone and done it. Right. Who is the winner? Elizabeth, darling, are you the winner? Of course you are. Of course you're the winner, which means you've got a full house, a bloody full house, which means you are the proud owner. I don't know why I'm shouting. The laptop is literally just there. I'm just trying to show that I can project my issues onto other people. Right, you are the proud owner of a gift card for Stack Magazine, which is an online magazine collection platform. Elizabeth, I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you share it with me. Maybe I'll come round, I can read it. Right, so I think we're going to wrap things up, because we need to wrap up, darlings. Keep it safe. Now, thank you all so much for coming, for enjoying the incredible creations that these people have made during such a hard time. I think the beautiful thing about creation is we're able to create from nothing. And in a time where we feel like we have nothing, know that you have the power to create, which I think everybody in this postgraduate show has given us, the gift of their creations. It's beautiful, it's inspiring. Thank you all so much. You're all so talented. I see in the future beautiful, amazing projects and opportunities are coming your way. And that's a special little blessing from, the most powerful mystic in the world, Mystic Meg. I'm joking, it's me, it's Seance. Right, so we finished the bingo. We've got winners, we've got prizes given out. So yes, thank you to all the MA Art Direction graduates for attending this evening, to all of our fantastic hotel guests for attending. A special thanks to the producers of this event, which is Jasmine, Raya, and Cameron. I think, although of course there's technical difficulties, but look what they've managed to pull off. A bloody graduation on Zoom. And it's been an amazing event. So well done, darlings. You did a really good job. Those who won prizes, please now drop your email address in the chat. Again, I'm shouting, I think, so that the organizers can get in touch with you. This evening's event at the Mad Hotel was part of the LCC Postgraduate Showcase. If you'd like to step deeper into the many themed floors and rooms of the hotel, visit the digital showcase and download the catalogue on graduateshowcase.arts.ac.uk. I believe that might be in the chat. Make sure you also follow at LCC_MADAD. Also, I might just put my own Instagram in the chat. So if you like me, which I hope you bloody well do, because I'm only doing this for validation, please follow me, because I don't just do postgraduate shows. No, I do seances around the world. So follow me on Instagram at dan.y. It's in the chat, I'm sure. This has been amazing. You've been fabulous. I've been better. But thank you so much. Congratulations to everyone involved. I love you. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.